Hi, everybody. This is a whole different day that we're with you, but I wanted to be with you because Kimberley Hopwood, you may have heard me talk about her before. She's a couples trainer and therapist in Victoria, British Columbia, a beautiful part of the world. She's writing a new book, and one of the pieces that she talks a lot about is this meditation called the stubbed toe meditation. So when she me through it the other day, I was like, wow, we got to get this out there. People, this is so helpful. So, Kimberly, take us on a journey of stubbing our toes.
So it's so simple. It's not always easy, right? But it's so simple. And it really ties into what you teach, Deirdre, and what you teach, how it's helped me and so many of my clients actually, is to be able to think about the nourishing opposite. So there's a way for us to be able to think about that in so many different places. Sometimes it feels a bit like a head sort of thinking exercise. But I'll tell you, the universe is going to give us a way to do it right in the moment. The next time you stub your toe, I don't know about you, but for me, what I used to do is I'd get angry at the toe. I'd like direct all these sort of like, crazy sort of hashtag exclamation mark at sign sorts of words at my stub toe or at me. Or I feel like that sort of tightened up sort of reaction to it when I would, look, we all do that, right? At first we get kind of, those sorts of feelings. And then somewhere along the line, I learned from actually Stephen and Andrea Levine, a million years ago. They wrote a book called Embracing the Beloved, Relationship as a Path to Spiritual Awakening. And this is actually Stephen's work. You may have heard about him. He worked with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross way back then, right? Yeah. So this is one of Stephen's tools. It's called stub toe meditation. So as soon as I learned it, took me a while to remember that I didn't have to go when I stubbed my toe anymore. But now it's almost, I would say, automatic, where I direct my mind and my attention in the direction I want to go. So when I stub my toe, I just take a breath and right away I start thinking about the other toe. Right away, I start to feel, my focus goes to the other toe. What's it feeling? What's it feeling? That's what it's like. And then I tell my hurt toe, this is what it's going to be like soon. I just keep sort of pendulating back and forth from, the stub toe to the one, no, this is what it's going to feel like soon. Just deeply. This is the direction we're going in. Not even that we want to go in, we're going in. We're doing it with each breath we are taking right now. This is the direction we're going in. So that's stub toe meditation. The next time it happens, just take a breath, think about the toe that's not stubbed, and just feel that and send that message to the part that got stubbed. This is where we're going.
So I'm really curious, the people who are watching this right now, does this feel like it's something that you can do and feel helpful? Because I can think of so many ways. It's not just about a stubbed toe. It's about those times when somebody says something and it's hurtful to me, or when I'm a little mean-spirited to somebody, is how do I then okay, this is what it is. But there's also other places where I'm not that way, or that person isn't that way. And how do I have both? And I love this bit of, this is what it's going to feel like. This is what, but the really concreteness of the stubbed toe is like, okay, this is how bad it feels here. But this part is teaching, right? Literally, biologically, how that goes.
Yeah. And so in relationship, obviously, same thing, like you said, in those moments where we're sort of tightening up around what's going on. Well, what would the nourishing opposite be? It would be being able to have space for both of our experiences and just know I'm okay in this moment. I'm okay. And this is where we're going, where we both feel connected, heard, understood, it's safe. Just in this one breath, this is where we're going. Yeah.
It also ties back into that whole idea that everything rises, crests, and falls, that things move, that we're not stuck in something, that we don't have to endure, that there'll be a time when we just move through and completes.
So totally true. Just like that stub toe, it feels so big.
Right.
And it's okay if we can just stay with it. And so it turns out you can actually do an experiment with your stubbed toe next time if you want. You could try to actually keep being constricted around it and angry about it happening, and then just notice how that feels, and then just think about the good toe. You don't have to go right to the good toe, the one that's like where you want to be. Just notice how it feels differently. Most people find when they move to the other side, to where you want to be, to the not stubbed toe side, the stubbed toe gets better fast.
Have you seen this work with couples? I'm thinking, since this is your area of expertise, how?
As a matter of fact, I have. And one of the things that I do with couples is I teach them this skill of focusing on what you wish was happening instead, in positive, concrete, measurable, observable terms. So when there's like an ouch that happens, we're able to say that in a way that doesn't flare up other people. But then we're also able to say, what I wish could happen is you could just give me a hug right now. That's what I really wish could happen. And you notice when we put it in those concrete, positive terms, people soften, they get through that conflict, that challenge so much faster. It can rise, crest, and fall so much more quickly when we know the direction we're going in, right, Deirdre?
Yeah. Right. How great, because I know, and certainly during this time of life where there's so much cooped upness and people's triggers just happen so immediately, that how important it is to know that there's a different place we can get to, and that we can meet those small needs and so they don't have to escalate into something bigger.
And exactly like you say about being safely embodied, instead of it being such a big curve, we can start to notice it and ease things through more quickly, and go in the direction that we want.
Right. Well, you guys, thank you, Kimberly. But isn't this exciting? Can't you wait for Kimberly's book?
And can't you just look forward to the next time you stub your toe?
Right. It puts a different frame around it. Like, oh, welcome that stubbed toe, because you know something is going to change. That's great. As always, you have such a great attitude, Kimberly. It helps so much. So thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you for putting all this out into the world to help me and all of us, Deirdre. Sending love.
Pleasure. Total pleasure.